Good afternoon, students. Welcome to today's class. In the previous class, we are discussing the poem George Poem 2. So, in this poem, the poet Carl Wendell Hines is explaining about the physical appearance of a George player or the physical and economical condition of a George player. But he was a very poor man and his physical appearance, his clothes and his shoes and his face itself shows that he was in a great difficulty. And he lost interest in life. That he was looking like a black ancient mariner, which comes in the poem The Rime of the Ancient Mariner, written by Coleridge. So his face seems full of the worries, and the collar of his shirt has been torn out, and the shirt which he wore, it was in a blue color, but because of the faded, it turns dark, and the old necktie he wore on the old jacket was undone, loose, and the jacket he wear, it is struggling to holding his sagging stomach, and the shoes he wear were just like a paper in them. It means to say that there was nothing in that shoes, and his old, rough, unshaven face shows pain. So, he didn't have shave. It was a beard on his face, and each wrinkle shows the pain that he has suffered in his life. So, ನಾವು ಕಳೆದ ತರಗತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ನೋಡಿದ್ವಿ ಈ ಒಂದು ಪದ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಕವಿ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂದರೆ, ಈ ಜಾರ್ಜ್ ಪ್ಲೇಯರ್ನ ಒಂದು ಅವನ ಸ್ಥಿತಿಗತಿಗಳನ್ನು ಕುರಿತು ಇನ್ನೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ವಿವರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅಂದರೆ ಅವನು ತುಂಬ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಸೋತು ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ಇನ್ನೇನು ಕೂಡ ಅವನಿಗೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಆಸಕ್ತಿ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಉಳಿದಿಲ್ಲ. ಅವನ ಒಂದು ಧರಿಸಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಅವನ ವೇಷಭೂಷಣ ಏನಿದೆ ಅದೇ ಅವನ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಥಿತಿಗತಿಗಳನ್ನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತಿಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಅಂದರೆ ಅವನು ಹಾಕಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದು ಶರ್ಟ್ ಕೊಳೆಯಾಗಿದೆ, ಹರಿದೋಗಿದೆ, ಅವನು ಧರಿಸಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಟೈ, ಕೋಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲವೂ ಕೂಡ ಒಂದು ರೀತಿ ಮಾಸಿ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದಾವೆ. ಮತ್ತು ಅವನ ಒಂದು ಶೇವಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡದೇ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಅವನ ಒಂದು ಮುಖ, ಅವನ ಮುಖದಲ್ಲಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ನೆರಿಗೆಗಳು, ಸುಕ್ಕುಗಟ್ಟಿದ ಮುಖ, ಅವೆಲ್ಲವೂ ಕೂಡ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾವೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಅವನು ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಕಷ್ಟಗಳನ್ನು ಅನುಭವಿಸಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದನ್ನ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ನೋಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ದ poem. Page number 106. Still down eyes, still closed ears, perked and trained upon the boss line, for across his chest lies an old alto saxophone, supported from his neck by a white coat hanger. Gently he lifts it now to parted lips, see, to tell all the world that he is a black man, that he was sent here to preach the black gospel of George, now preaching it with words of screaming notes and chords. He is no longer a man, no, not even a black man, but a bird, one that gathers his wings to fly and flies higher until he flies away or come back to find himself a black man again. So here continues to describe the appearance of George player. Still down eyes, so he kept his head down. Is looking towards down. Still closed ears. He has no business at all to hear the words of the people. He has become blind, or he has become dumb to the words of the people, because he has no interest in life. Perked and trained upon the boss line. So he was trained upon the boss line. So he only started that music. ಅಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಒಂದು ಜಾರ್ಜ್ ವಾದ್ಯವನ್ನು ನುಡಿಸ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಏನಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಅವನು ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲವೂ ಕೂಡ ಅವನು ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಅವನಿಗೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಆಸಕ್ತಿ ಕೂಡ ಅವನ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಉಳಿದಿಲ್ಲ. ಇನ್ನು ಸಾಕು ಜೀವನ ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು ಮಟ್ಟಕ್ಕೆ ಅವನು ಬಂದುಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಕೂಡ ಅವನಿಗೆ ತನ್ನ ಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಆಗಲಿ, ತನ್ನ ಅಪಿಯರೆನ್ಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಆಗಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿಯಾದಂಥ ಒಂದು ಆಸಕ್ತಿ ಅವನಿಗೆ ಉಳಿದಿಲ್ಲ. Boss line for across his chest lies an old alto saxophone supported from his neck by a white coat hanger. So on his neck there was a instrument of old saxophone, and he tied it with a white by his white coat hanger. So he hanged that saxophone with the help of an white coat hanger. ಅಂದರೆ ಅವನೇನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾನೆ, ಆ ಒಂದು ವಾದ್ಯವನ್ನು ತನ್ನ ಕೊರಳಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ವೈರ್ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾನೆ, ಕಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾನೆ. His neck by white coat hanger, gently he lifts it now to parted lips, see, to tell all the world that he is a black man, that he was sent here to preach the black gospel of George. So through that, by playing that instrument, what he was going to do, as he was going to preach the black gospel of George to this world. Now what he is doing, a white coat hanger, gently he lifts it now. Now he lifts that instrument to parted lips, to his lips. ಈಗೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ ಅವನು, ಅದನ್ನು ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ತನ್ನ ತುಟಿಗಳ ಮೇಲೆ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾನೆ ಆ ಒಂದು ವಾದ್ಯವನ್ನ. ಸಿ ಟು ಟೆಲ್ ಆಲ್ ದ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್. ಸೊ he is playing that instrument, playing that music to tell all the world that he is a black man. ಅವನೊಬ್ಬ ಕಪ್ಪು ಮನುಷ್ಯ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ, that he was sent here to preach. Preach means teach the black gospel of George. Here one word is that gospel, G-O-S-P-E-L. Gospel means a type of religious music in which religious songs are sung very loudly, very loudly. So gospel means a type of religious music in which religious songs are sung very loudly. So through that instrument they are playing religious songs loudly. ಅಂದರೆ ಆ ಒಂದು ವಾದ್ಯದ ಮೂಲಕ ಧಾರ್ಮಿಕ ಸಂಗೀತವನ್ನು ಜೋರಾಗಿ ಹಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಗಾಸ್ಪೆಲ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. Gospel of George, now preaching it with Words of screaming notes and chords. Screaming notes means screaming notes. Screaming notes. Screaming notes means loud musical sounds. Loud musical sounds. So when we are playing music, there will be a loud sounds will be there and slow sounds will be there. So like that, screaming notes and chords, he is no longer a man, no, not even a black man, but a bird. So this George player is very weak in physics and he has lost interest in this life, but when he starts to play that instrument or play that music, he will become just like a bird. It means to say that he will forget everything, every difficulties, every sorrows, every pain he forgets everything, and he has become just like a bird when he starts to play that music. ಅಂದರೆ ಅವನಿಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟೇ ನೋವುಗಳಿರಲಿ, ಎಷ್ಟೇ ಕಷ್ಟಗಳಿರಲಿ, ಎಷ್ಟೇ ದುಃಖ ಇರಲಿ, ಅವನು ಆ ಒಂದು ವಾದ್ಯವನ್ನು ನುಡಿಸುವುದಕ್ಕೆ ಆರಂಭವಾದಾಗ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ, ಅವನ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಷ್ಟ ಸುಖ ದುಃಖಗಳನ್ನೆಲ್ಲವೂ ಕೂಡ ಅವನು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ, ಮರೆತು ಬಿಡ್ತಾನೆ. ಅವನೇನಾಗ್ತಾನೆ, ಒಂದು ರೀತಿ ಪಕ್ಷಿಯ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗ್ತಾನೆ, ಬರ್ಡ್ ಆಗಿಬಿಡ್ತಾನೆ. The one that gathers his wings and flies higher until he flies away. So you observe that a bird will fly how much it can go high. ಒಂದು ಪಕ್ಷಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಎತ್ತರಕ್ಕೆ ಹಾರಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೋ ಅಷ್ಟು ಎತ್ತರಕ್ಕೆ ಅದು ಹಾರುತ್ತೆ. ಹಾಗೆ ಇವನು ಕೂಡ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ, ಆ ವಾದ್ಯವನ್ನು ನುಡಿಸೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಆರಂಭಿಸಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಸಾಧ್ಯನೋ ಅಷ್ಟು ಎತ್ತರಕ್ಕೆ ಆ ಒಂದು ವಾಯ್ಸನ್ನು ಅವನು ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತಾನೆ. Until he flies away or come back to find himself a black man again. When he come back for this world again, it means to say when he stops that playing music, playing that instrument, again he will become the same black man with all sorrows and all pains. So this is all about this poem, George poem 2. So now I am giving you for homework. Homework. It is an activity. Read the first stanza. Read the first stanza and see how closely and see how closely the description of the George player is made and fill in the columns in the table. So here a column table has been given in the first question, that read the first stanza and see how closely the description of the George player is made and fill in the columns in the table. So in the first stanza, how the George player is described, that you have to, that how his face, how his dress, how his eyes. So these are the points you have to write here. Okay. So the second question. So the second question for your homework. Why do you think that? Why do you think the George player keeps his head down? Keeps his head down. His head down. So here one more question. Third question. How has he held his instrument? How has he held his instrument? So overall, in this poem, the poet is telling us about the sufferings and the condition of a musician. A condition of a musician is being explained in this poem. That we can observe one more poem has been given here for the support of this poem, that is Seal. Here the Carl Wendell Innes, he was born in North Carolina. He graduated from Tennessee Agricultural and Industrial University in 1962. His verses about being hosted as some of the best of the contemporary writers. So here one more reference is given. Usually a poem is written in a stanza with a rhyme scheme. Check and find out whether this poem follows any rhyme scheme. You may compare this poem with the poem Seal given below. So here you have to find a rhyme scheme here, whether it is written in rhyme scheme or not. Now here we didn't get any rhymes, but it is there in poem Seal, that see how he dives from the rock with a June, see how he darts through his watery room. Here June and room, the rhymes are given here. That June, rhyme is room, and past plots and hills and green sweet past fluffs of sandy field. Here, weed, speed, weed, feed. See how he swims with a swerve of a twist. Here, twist, wrist, Twist, twist, wrist, Wrist. Spray, 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 away. Utter, butter. Sharp board, sharp board. Wish, fish, wish, fish. So these type of words are called the rhyming words. Okay. So this is all about this poem, George poem 2. I hope you have all understand this poem well, and we will meet you in the next class. Okay. Thank you very much.